Yeah, everybody. Hey, I'm sorry we're a couple of minutes late. Whenever you got Doug High and Harper High doing pre-show, things kind of go left just a little bit. But hey, we're around. We're around the right time, man. Y'all see who I got with me? One of the best coaches we have in the state of Georgia, without a doubt. Y'all already know who I got with me. I got my dude, Adamsville finest, man. Coach Garvey. What's up, Coach?
Hey, what's going on, Hurt, man?
Man,
Good to see you, man.
always good to see you, man. You and I, man, we go back so far, so long, man. We done always competed against one another. It's a video that got leaked out here where hey, we can talk about it. It's a video that surfaced and it's part
Hey, I wish I could share a screen. I wish I share a screen and show it to everybody.
What's funny is I almost put that out there, but I'm not gonna do myself like that. No, I'm not gonna do myself like that. The funny part about it, as much as I have watched that film, I say one day to happen, I say, man, that Corey Jones trying to put me on my head like that. What's going on now?
Hey, and what's crazy about it, because I was like, but I was like, it hurt. I said, I gotta talk trash to him.
Get up.
Hey, that was crazy. Those were good old days, though. Those were good old days.
It's hilarious that as much as you and I argue and we talk trash, I just really forgot that part. And now I can vividly remember. I say, I was like, wait, man, they got this boy here on me, man. What are we doing out here? He'll receive what we doing out here.
Hey, they wouldn't let me play defense the first couple of games, except for a little bit. They talk about they were trying to save me for offense. I'm like, man, I always play defense. What are y'all doing?
Right.
Like, let me play. One time I just ran on the field. I don't know who I think I took Omar. Get out, dude. I got you.
Everybody, we're gonna mix a little that Doug Harper thing in here, and we can't do Maury Brown Auburn State because I'm gonna get.
We can't do Maury Brown Auburn State
because I know the truth about y'all program down there, and I love y'all so much, have so much respect for Hamp, but y'all know good and well the majority of them dudes want to go into class down there. Man. Y'all know to figure it out. Yeah, Auburn State, I'm put it out there. Y'all want to go into class, not all y'all.
I'm not gonna say anything on to that because we did end up getting some probation time, man. So stipulations put on our program, but for the most part, if you went to Auburn State, you went to class. We just had a select few who decided not to go to class.
I can neither confirm or deny that those allegations are true. But you love right. But for y'all to walk around, this was so crazy. We got a couple of friends, Auburn State guys, who out here somehow they want to start talking trash in their older age, and I'm trying to remind them: listen, if you want a 6'2", 6'3" cornerback at Auburn State, you want to get on the field.
No, you didn't play for Mike White now. Mike White didn't have that defense.
No, miss me with your 5'11" self talking about what you would have did. You want not listen.
No,
I was out there 4 years. I know.
That doggone Mike White boy, I don't know where he found had no wrestle run. They in the country somewhere chopping down some trees or something. And he just said, hey man, come play football, because that's all he found. Like literally like every day that's what we had to go again. Cool. And it was crazy.
I'm sitting here, dudes who 5'10", 5'9", 5'11". Yeah, you wasn't getting on the field, Auburn State, dog. Pretty Eyes over there was 6'3".
Marco, Pretty Eyes. Oh God, I gotta make sure I share this with some guy. I gotta let Marco know.
Yeah. I'd be like, hey man, y'all this dude here playing corner with Cat Eye. We be in the huddle like, I have Cat Eyes, man, playing corner. He's 6'3".
That rat's a good fly, man. That man was a 47 400 run.
Bruh.
He could fly.
I think it was our junior year? Whatever year we got to fighting with y'all down there.
That was our junior year homecoming.
And he blocked it, and y'all blocked the field goal. and he scooped and scored, bro.
Right.
Bro, he caught out.
Oh, he can fly now. That rascal can fly. Like, that's why he made it to he played with the Vikings 2 years, 3 years.
Right.
That's why he made it, because he could run. That rascal was big and can run.
Man, that joker scooped that thing, and it was so crazy. I was the holder, so I heard the thump. When I looked up, he done scooped it down. He done caught out. He carried it like a loaf of bread. You can tell he ain't had no ball skill.
Oh,
nothing.
No,
he was just running.
He didn't have that at all. That rascal, hey, he was stiff as a board now. So he was a good athlete, but he was stiff now. He was real stiff. I don't know. I used to pick at him all the time. That was my workout part. That's who I used to have to work out with.
Wow.
Literally. Yeah. That rascal was strong and bad. And he used to kill me in the weight room. I hated him. Like, literally, we'd be almost fighting in the weight room every day because I hated him. Rascal was too strong, man.
No.
Every day it was almost a fight between me and him.
Y'all secondary, like man, every year that week we would our coach be like, oh, y'all know we gotta climb them trees. We're gonna throw slants. We're going slant. They can't cover inside, so that we would run slants and we would run all the little company, because like wasn't no getting up the field.
Oh no,
they
got their hands on you over with.
Yeah, I'm like, no,
they got their hands on you over with,
bro. But that's that, man.
I hated hearing them calling toe. When they call toe, that mean they playing cover too, and they in your face. I hear toe, I was like, oh, let me back up a little bit. I had to back up off the ball. I even let them around put their hands on me, man.
Hey, I would tell Jared, I tell Cambridge and Red, hey man, I'm so glad I'm in the slot this week, man. I ain't got time for food with them jokers there, man. I let me deal with the safety. That out there, them trees.
Oh man. Shit, hey, man, but crazy thing about it, you got had Ronnie Baker with the general, so he knew everything. Like, he probably could tell y'all what play y'all were running before y'all knew y'all were running. That wrestler, he knew the defense and he knew what the other team did. That's why he he's a defense coordinator. I think he at Allen now. He was at Benedict. And then Justin Staten was just as good an athlete as Marco. I don't even want to tell you why State man didn't go to the league, but
well, I mean, I got a good idea. Going on. Put it that way. The black guy we're talking about. So yeah, I got a good idea.
But he would have played in the league too, man. He played. He came in as a receiver, number 40.
Right.
So, like, he actually, our freshman year when all us came in together, because like all us came in together. Who you talking about? The only one who didn't come in with us was Fred Watt, 46.
Right.
And K9 came from, like, he played linebacker in high school.
Mm.
And so they moved him to strong safety. Then in our sophomore year, they moved him to corner.
Okay.
But like I said, Justin could fly too. State was just he was just one of them dudes that he was one of them guys you were talking about at the beginning of the show. Yeah. He didn't go to Clay.
46 and 48 at them corners. Yeah. I remember it well. Dog, I remember it well, man. But anyway, we'll get back to some of that stuff later, man. Lithia Springs, Coach. I want to, first of all, I want to thank you for continuing to allow me to dine out on people who, when you took that job, people were like, man, why would Corey Jarvis take that job? And my response would always be, if you hadn't been around him, you don't understand the competitor that he is. You don't understand the bulldog that he is. He's looking at that job as a challenge. And I put all the bets in the stride. I took all bets. I say, listen, they will go to the playoffs. Everybody's like, man, you crazy. Not at Lithia Springs. I say, put your money where your mouth is. So I want to thank you for still allowing me to get lunch and breakfast. Oh, the success, Coach. So
that's a good deal. A good deal. You got something to eat out there. That's a great
deal.
I'm
still eating off of it, bro. Hey, man, I appreciate it. So for people who don't really understand the story and all that stuff, why Lithia Springs?
Well, the opportunity to, come back to Atlanta, I was down at Dula County for those 3 years. The first 2 years as special team coordinator and then an assistant head coach. And then that last year as the head coach and athletic director. It was, my family was still here.
Right.
And even though like the last year I stayed down there, mm-hmm. and, we were do what we got to do to survive as a family. But the opportunity to come back home or closer to home presented itself when I had a phone call from Albert Lindsay, who's now our former principal. You know, he's across the street at the elementary school now. He's the principal over there. But he just actually left out my office about 10 minutes ago.
Yeah,
but
good dude.
Like I said, he came to me, he asked me what did I think about the program and would I apply for it. And I told him I didn't really know about the program, and I kind of had to research it. And as I researched it, I saw, that the program had been down, but I also remember seeing them at a couple of 7-on-7s where I saw they had some athletes.
Mm-hmm.
And then I also talked to a good friend of mine, Johnny White. And when I talked to Coach White over at Douglas County, he was like, Corey, man, you can come in there, you can make a change with those kids. He said, all they need is the right person.
Right.
And, I got the opportunity to come up, saw a basketball game, saw a bunch of basketball players who were really football players out there playing. And I asked the question because actually, me and Kevin Hill, the former coach here, good friends with Coach Hill. And he told me, he was like, Corey, man, none of them boys play football. And I'm like, wow, so none of them play football? And, I said, well, that's the problem. It was, to me, there wasn't a connection between the football program and all the other programs. Football would, the football players wouldn't run in track. The football players, the basketball players wouldn't play in football. And to me, as when you talk about a high school, especially a high school athletic program, I felt like that was the disconnect.
Right.
And, when I just so happened to have a great friend who's the head basketball coach, Dwayne Kelly. And that game, he actually talked to me. He was like, Corey, I've been trying to get those basketball players to play, and they didn't want to play. He said, but now if we bring you in, I'm pretty sure they'll play. And so, that long story short, I got those guys out there. I added a couple of guys who I saw walking the halls, and they just didn't want to play. They go 0-10 every year. That's what the statement. I'm not trying to play football, not to get beat like that.
Right.
And so I got most of those guys to play. And when you sit down, you look at it, like we had 9 kids who end up signing scholarships last year, and I think out of the 17 or 16 seniors rather, we had 13 of them who went to school to play football.
Right.
And 4 of them going to 2 are doing walk-ons, and other 2 are going to Division III school on academic, but they're going to play.
Right.
But out of those 13 guys, you're talking about 6 or 7 former basketball players.
Yeah.
Who never played football. And my nephew being one of them. So he at Kennesaw State right now. So like I said, that was the big deal to get those kids on the field. You know the routine. Or when you talk about 6'2", 6'4" power forward,
right?
Like my kid Justin Hartley, he was a power forward, 6'4" power forward. But you a beast at 6'4" at receiver, and that's what he ended up being. So now he's going to Wingate, and that's the thing that I felt like we could do here. And then, with Kerry Hood come with me, my offense coordinator that I had over at Mays, at ML King, and at Duluth. And then I was able to bring in some guys who knew what I do in the program. And, and I say what we do in the program. And they bought in. And then, you say that, the playoffs, that first couple of games now, I didn't think we were going to make the playoff because I was like, wow, I never met this many kids who didn't have football sense.
Right.
And how we practice, and we go through tendency stuff, and we go through situational stuff, and the kids weren't used to that. They just thought I was out there yelling out stuff, and I'm like, no, dude, I'm telling you, it's 3rd and 5. What you thinking? You look at your doggone scouting report.
Right.
So by game 5, we had one kid who moved in, and he moved in like game 3, and it took us like 2 weeks to get his stuff from Chicago. And he made that big a difference for us because he was a football player.
Right.
Now, he was always a football player. And he ended up being a linebacker for us, and we were able to move a linebacker to defensive line because he wasn't very good at linebacker. And that kind of made a turn for it because he brought an edge.
Right.
Like a serious edge.
Right.
And the other kids kind of rallied around that edge, like defensively. And then offensively, we had kind of already, got it going. Cause Hood had we were scoring points, we just weren't stopping nobody.
Right. Which drives you crazy, but okay.
Exactly. And so when he came and he gave the edge to the defense, the offense just kept doing what they did. And I had great that senior class. I don't know what Coach Hill or people give him enough credit he did an outstanding job with that senior class. That senior class that I had heard, they just took to me and took to what we did and just kept it moving. And like I appreciate it. And like they'll tell you right now, Coach Jarvis always texting us, checking on us, because those kids are like I'll forever be indebted to those kids because they bought in. And when I tell you they bought in, and you just see it now with the kids that's left, because they saw that group go from, oh Lord, are we gonna have an opportunity to make the playoffs, to now, oh, we in the playoffs and we got a chance.
Right.
And like, if I tell everybody a couple of first time playoff mistakes, like you expect a team who had never been in the playoff. We had Clark Central, who had just beat Buford the week before on the road.
Right.
Tony Pierce, who used to coach college, he helps out at Clark Central now because his son played over there. And he was like, Corey, every time we scored, I was like, okay, we got him now. Then y'all came back and scored. I'm like, yeah, because we've been giving up. My kid's not going to give up now.
Right,
so,
right.
I'm like, we're going to keep fighting to the end. And I think they end up, we busted the coverage and end up putting them back up by like 2 touchdowns. And I think that was it. So we just ran out of time. But it was a great year. And, like I said, I just know that this program just needed that little polish. That's all.
It's crazy because one of the things when people ask me, like, okay, so what do you think it is that Corey does when he goes inside these programs and he kind of flip them? And the thing I always say, I'm like, listen, nobody is going to outwork this guy film wise. Nobody's gonna do that. But the way you handle off-season conditioning and summer conditioning, talk about that part of the program and why it's so important when you're laying the foundation for what you do.
My thing was when I started teaching and coaching back, late 96, early 97, I got a chance to be in a program that they thrived in the weight room down in Chris County. Coach I'm about to say Randy McPherson, but Coach Tim McPherson down at Chris County was a strength and conditioning guy, and him and Coach Hill, along with Jimmy Hughes, who ended up being my head coach down at Dooley County, they kind of took me under the wings, and they gave me the opportunity to actually run the middle school weight program. So I would leave my elementary school. I actually taught at elementary school in the morning, but I would leave the elementary school right after lunch and go over to the middle school, and the kids that were upcoming 7th graders, that second semester, that's who I would have in athletic training class. And so that second semester, I would get those kids, those second semester 6th, 7th, and 8th graders. I would work them out, and we did exactly what the high school did. And from summer workouts, like I tell everybody down in Cordele, small country town, we didn't work out in the month of June. The whole month of June, our kids were off. And I used to always worry about us not being in shape. And then, Coach Shieldon was like, well, they'll be in shape because they out there throwing watermelons. So they was in shape, and we just kind of continued doing what we do. But then the next program I went to just kind of changed my whole vision on how to work in the weight room and as a coach. Because at Mary Persons, Dan Pitts was at one time the winningest coach in the state of Georgia. He was still around. Then I had a guy, strength and conditioning coach, Pat Burdett, and me and Pat worked like hand in hand because I was able to implement a lot of the stuff that we did in Cordele with our speed and plyometric and agility training, and combine it to what Pat did in the weight room. And it was phenomenal because like I watched kids like go from a kid who weighing 115 pounds their 9th grade year to they sophomore and their junior year, probably about 185 pounds, and going from 5 flat to 4 fours. And like, that's why we end up winning state championship in track and playing in the quarterfinals and semifinals there, because it was just the program. We didn't have that many Division I kids because we didn't have those kids, but we had like a kid who's a program kid to me that, might be a 5'9", 200-pound offensive lineman, but he's going to be strong as an ox, and he's going to give you everything he got. And that's what we had. And so when I saw that we could just really, get kids to buy into the program in the weight room and in the off-season conditioning and then the summer workout, like, we used to sit there and document kids. Like one year I think we had 65 kids, and like only one kid missed a summer workout. And it's because his mama died. And like literally I'm like, that's how the kids bought in. And when I got ML King, I just took that, because like the best coaches are thieves. They steal stuff from whatever program they've been at or
No
steal
doubt.
stuff that they talk to.
Yeah.
And I just took that and I said, this is what I'm gonna implement at ML King. And I had some coaches who were like from Coach Edwards to Coach Hood. Those guys, they bought in and basically just took it and we ran with it and we just been doing it since. And like our kids just know that in order to be successful, you gotta make a commitment to the weight room. And that goes for summer workouts, that goes for the off-season conditioning stuff. Our kids know that. Like I got kids, like I said, those kids who are dual sport or 3-sport kids, they know right now after track practice, if they're not in weight training, they coming in the weight room. After basketball practice, if they don't have a game that day, they know they coming in the weight room. They're gonna get it in. And I got kids right now. They're like, because we were doing virtual, they know right now. Like I'm probably gonna have some kids knocking on the door in about an hour and 15 minutes, saying, "Coach, hey, we lifting today." I'm like, "Yeah, we are." And, we play Friday, but we lifting today, so you gonna get it in. And that's just the bottom line too. We gonna get that work in the weight room because it's like I tell them. I say, when you up in Atlanta, it's different with like South Georgia. You heard me say like those kids in the 6th grade were getting it in.
Yeah,
like I had, that's why we won the state championship in weight training like 4 years in a row in Cordell, and it was because those kids had been lifting since they was in the 6th grade. Yeah. So by the time it was seen, like I can't tell a kid, I forgot Johnny's last name right offhand, but Johnny, I was telling the kid, like I had a kid, his junior year, he was benching 405 and power cleaning 350. And like literally, like he just looked like a little short muscle. He was like 5 my height, about 225 pounds. And he just looked like you can even tell he had a neck.
Yeah, he rocked up.
Yeah, he was a rocked up rascal. And that's why I told our kids we're going like that in every school I've been at, our kids have brought into it because I could actually show them. Like the funniest thing I did at Mays High School was when I left Duluth and Captain Mays, I called Coach Hannah. Coach Hannah. So I called Coach Hannah because he was still at Duluth and he was running the weight room. And, basically we were doing the exact same thing. So we were maxing out on power clean. I'll never forget the Tread Patrick and Dallas Womack in the weight room. They like, I'm like going in on them. Like, y'all can't power clean but 255. I said, I just love school that were 4 and 6 last year. Who were 4 and 6 last year. And I guarantee you they got some kids over there who can do it. I said, man, I can show you. So I FaceTime Hannah. And Hannah was like, man, we just had 10 kids to go over 285 on power clean. And out of those 10, 6 of them went 300. And they looking at me like, "Oh, for real?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that's what y'all got to be ready for and to compete against." Right. Eventually, if you want to play for a state championship, you're gonna face somebody like a Northside Warner Robin, like who we lost to in the state championship.
Who gonna be strong?
Exactly. They're gonna be just as good as you as a football team, and it's gonna come down to how physical you can be against them. And like I said, for the most part, every program that I've been in has bought into that. And that's why I feel like we've been successful.
I love it. Let's talk your 2020 Lions over there. Defense is your baby, so we're going to start on the defensive side of the ball. Talk about the defensive line. Again, this is where games, you control the game in the trenches. Talk about the D-line, Coach.
Well, with us running our Shade 50 stuff, so I got 2 ends. Our 2 ends are right now Austin Hartley and Josh Simmons. Austin actually played D-tackle last year, and we moved him. He's one of those basketball kids I'm talking about. We moved him from D-tackle to defensive end. Great athlete. Oh, my God. He's, like, freakish. Like, I watched him just stand on the goal and dunk a ball. Josh played in for me last year. Josh played last year with a broke arm or broke wrist, rather. I'm sorry, broke wrist. And I'm just glad to see him now. Like I told him first time I met him when I first got here, I didn't think he had a hand because he always had that cast on. Like he wore a cast the whole year. So I'm just glad to see him play without a cast right now. And but he's gonna probably end up being an outside linebacker in college. But he's another kid that's a great athlete. And then I got my nose tackle, Cole Nash. Like Austin is a junior and Josh is a senior. Cole Nash is a sophomore. He's the only sophomore starting on the D-line. Cole is one of them kids that's going to be a big-time kid in a couple of years. Like he's kind of under the radar right now, but he actually started for us like 3 games last year as a freshman. Not real big as far as height wise. I think his coach might be 5'11", 5'10 and a half, 5'11. But he's about 225 and he's strong as an ox and he meaner than a rattlesnake. That's what I like about him. Like he one that gets after your butt and he's not scared of nothing.
Yeah, that's your kind of guy right there. That's your kind of guy. Yeah.
And then my two defensive tackles, I have one of them kids, my starting defensive tackle actually tore his Achilles about a week and a half ago. So he's gonna be out for the year. I hate it for him because he's one of those kids that bought into the weight room and got so much stronger than what he was last year. And Jermaine Fleming, but like I said, we're trying to see can we get something done to if he get a chance to play maybe toward the end of the year. You know, God, I pray that we make it that far. Then the other kid on the other, who's taking his place, I'm sorry, is a kid transferred in from Orlando, DeAndre Torrance, big, strong kid, can run well. We thought he was going to be more of a fullback, linebacker type kid, but he's kind of found a home on the defensive line. Then the other kid actually started last year on the other side, Jared Leverett. Leverett, we call him the librarian because he don't say a word. He don't say anything. So it takes a lot for him to talk to you. Yeah, he's a great kid. Actually, he's like the smartest kid on the team. That's like literally like he's the smartest person on GPA wise on the team. But he was a great kid and he busts his tail and do exactly what he coached to do. Just one of them kids that you cheer for. And he'll probably end up being a linebacker in college too because he actually can run.
That's crazy. Let's talk linebackers because this is a group that you're going to yell at a lot because you demand a lot out of your linebackers in your defense. Talk about your LBs, Coach.
Well, what I got a Division I kid that we moved from defensive end to linebacker in Mike Wilson. Mike has he got an Akron offer, Austin P offer, Louisiana Monroe offer, so mid-majors and 1AA. Physical kid can fly. Like he's like a high 4.5 to low 4.6 40 kid. About 6'2", 6'2", about 220, and he's strong as an ox. You know, his thing last year, the reason why we didn't play him at Mike linebacker is because he was scared of it. Like he was all I played was running back and defensive line. That's all I know.
Yeah.
Can you teach me? And I was like, you're gonna have to move eventually. So last year we let him stay. I was like, Mike, in order for you to go and get some Division I offers, you're gonna have to move to linebacker. Right. So that's what you got. Right. So a lot of people say he couldn't do it because they say he's not real smart. But the thing is, when you see him like at practice, not to mess out our JV and and second and third string running backs. Like yesterday, I had to pull my little ninth grade out. I'm like, dude, why y'all put I got a very good ninth grade running back. I'm like, dude, get that man out, man. I don't need that man to get hurt. I'm like, put somebody else in. Man, he knocked that kid about 5 yards back. But Mike, he's you can tell that he's gonna be good. Like he just one of those kids that if he does what he's supposed to do, he has a chance to make some money. And that's honest God truth, he does because he's that type of ball player. Then my other kid at linebacker that started for me is Tay Seymour. Tay started 2 games last year as a freshman at outside linebacker and defensive end for us. Tay deal was he broke his hand the Monday that we got ready to play Banneker, and that hurt us because he can fly. Like he has Miami and a couple of other schools who kind of, looking at him now as a sophomore. They just, of course, they want to see his sophomore film. Right. He can fly. Like he was our second leg on our 4x1 team that went low 42. He can run, and he just wanted to get. And he's a Florida boy. He's from Florida. No. So he like him and Mike were born and raised in Florida. To be honest,
hamstring loose, just loose hamstring.
Yeah. So he's an athlete. Then I got a kid that came in. Who transferred from Chapel Hill, Tyrese Leeson. Tyrese can be a very, very good linebacker. He's always played in. Him and Mike are similar. He's always played defense in. So he's going to come in a lot for us and help us out as well at linebacker.
Let's go secondary. Again, another group that you're going to yell at. I'm just going to warn you youngins now. Blood coverage and Corey Jarvis defense. You better avoid him coming off that side. I'm just giving you that one.
any of my boys look at it, they probably like, oh Lord, but he know Coach R real.
Hey, I done seen it. Like, hey, ooh, you might want to go that way because if he coming to the ass, he coming for you.
I will meet them in the middle of the field. They ain't got to worry about
when they see you do that hand like this right here.
I'll tell you, my boys, they looking at this. I know they probably ain't gonna have most of them been clad, but they probably died laughing.
Oh yeah, when they see it, bro, when Coach Jarvis give you that hand like that right now, that's done deal, dog. You done.
Yeah. But secondary wise, we were very senior heavy last year. That's the best way to describe it because we had 3 seniors start in the secondary last year and 1 junior. And the bad thing about the 1 junior was the 1 junior dad got the defensive where he's actually like the pass game coordinator down at Valdosta. So he left me, and of course he took it, and he actually had a 9th grade son who's going to be the very, very good Zion Williams. Just remember that name, Zion Williams.
Okay.
But like Coach Williams, when he took the job down at Valdosta, of course Zay left with him and Zion went with him. So we ended up losing our whole secondary. But the good thing about it was we had 2 kids who were coming back who either started 2 or 3 games, like Kentrell Franklin, who's our starting free safety. He started the first 5 games until he hurt his leg, and then of course he came back about 2 games later and finished out the year, but he wasn't starting anymore because we had to move the kid from corner to safety. But Kentrell played a lot for us, and you can tell because he looks the part. Like he can be at worst a 1AA Division II kid as well. Then we have a kid at strong safety who came in for us, who's doing a great job. He's one of them basketball kids, like another basketball kid. He came out last year. We kind of just moved him around, and in all honesty, like he was just a Swiss Army knife. That's what he was.
Right.
We moved him everywhere. And then he found a home at strong safety right at the end of the year. And Christian Williams, we call him Shooter because, when he played basketball, coach them say he couldn't make a shot. So they were like, we're just going to start calling you Shooter so you can keep shooting. But now, like, Shooter is very good at strong safety for us. Like, he's a, physical kid, not real fast, but he's more quick than fast. Like, he kind of, he has bursts. Like, you seem like, he look like he run, but then you're like,
right.
Oh, he's not like, I think about last year when we put him in, he got an interception and got walked down. So he can't live that one down. No.
he has game speed. He got game speed. Yeah.
Game speed. And then what we ended up having was we had a kid who transferred in from Louisiana. His brother played here though, but their dad had custody of him, and the kid ended up coming back because his dad came back. So now the son is staying with his mom, and I think dad is like, still in his life, but I don't think he stayed with dad anymore. But his brother started for me at Sam linebacker and running back last year, Ashton Duncan. And now Jemias, who started all 12 ball games at, I forgot the name of the school up in Louisiana, but he started all 12 games they played. He is now starting that corner for us. Okay. Big kid. Like he looks more like a safety. Like I told Coach that's probably going to be his home in college because he's he's a big kid. Like you look at he doesn't look like a corner, but he can run and he's very, very, very aggressive, and I love that about him because his aggressive nature. Like he wants to hit you, and he wants to put his hands on you like in man coverage and all that kind of stuff. He's one of them corners you want.
Your kind of
yes. Then the other kid. That's now starting that corner is senior for me, Ryan Lewis. Ryan played receiver last year and had a bad case of the dropsy. That's the best way to describe him.
Gotta go.
I can
hear Kara Hood now. Beat him up, Bob. Beat him up, Bob.
But the rascal, he ran the best routes on the team. Like literally, like he would be wide open. Like right now, if he went back to receiver, he'd probably be the best route runner we have. But Ryan, the thing that I always tried to tell Coach Week last year was he looks like a corner. Like I used to tell him all the time, I said, y'all, we need to try Ryan at corner. And so he ended up playing a lot of DB in JV games. And so when I saw him in the JV game, I'm like, y'all, we're going to move Ryan. and to the end, and at the end of the year, we ended up moving him to corner.
Yeah.
So he ended up being a backup at corner for us. And when the season ended, we started doing some off-season training, and I started working with DBs with Coach Williams. I'm like, this kid's gonna be our starting corner, y'all.
Yeah, corner, yeah.
And when you see him now, you like, Coach, he looks like he's been playing corner his whole life. Like, and the great thing about it, he can intercept balls, but he couldn't catch them every time.
Well, I mean, cornerbacks, they nothing but receivers who can't catch.
Right, you're right.
That's all they are. I mean, they don't want the pressure of having that, hey, your number being called on this play. And that's why wide receivers are the best athletes on the field, everybody. Everybody can play DB, man. Everybody can play DB, man.
Hey, boy, if my DB come here, you say that, he be coming there kicking in the door.
Listen, tell him, I can't wait till you watch it. I argue with every DB coach in America. Y'all not the best athletes on the field. Listen, y'all don't understand concepts. They tell you, stand in this spot and let everything come to you. Everybody can do that. You damn DBs. I stay trash DBs, man. I'm sorry. It's the wide out of me, man. Damn them DBs.
Hey, I ain't gonna disagree, but come my boy gonna probably watch later on. I ain't gonna agree with you. I'm just gonna kind of like,
I tell y'all all the time, let me talk the trash for y'all. Y'all stay political. Stay neutral. But DBs, y'all are not the best athletes on the field. Y'all take 3 steps and sit in the flat. And if ain't nothing coming to flat, y'all bail to the little hole back there. Get out of here. I ain't spending y'all, man.
You silly. You silly.
Hey, man. Whatever, man. DB, I want all the smoke, DB. I want all of it. Let's talk offense, Coach. Let's talk offense, Coach. Always start with the trigger man, Coach. Listen, I know, everybody know. Everybody in the stands gonna know who taking them snaps.
Mm-hmm.
He gonna get too much praise when they win. He gonna get all the blame when they lose. So I mean, that's just part of the job. Let's talk about your quarterback position, Coach.
Quarterback right now, we had we had at one time like a 5-man battle at quarterback. To be honest, we were like everybody wanted to play quarterback. No, I'm like, no, everybody can't play quarterback though. And what ended up happening was the kid that I thought was going to be our starting quarterback ended up making 2 of them leave. To be honest, he made 2 of them go. One go back to his school that he was trying to transfer from, and the other one I don't know where he went because he just didn't show back up. He made him leave because he's that far ahead of them. I like quarterbacks who are cerebral. They don't necessarily have to be the best specimen in the world. Don't have to throw the greatest ball, but I like kids who can think it through, and this kid is that. If he didn't hurt his, I forgot what he did to his leg last year in basketball team, he probably would have end up being the starting 2 for our basketball team as a 9th grader. So our starting quarterback is going to be a sophomore, Jaquez Hart. Okay. Smart kid. Those are pretty ball. Like it's not too hard, but it's like a pretty ball. Yeah. Has a tendency to drop his elbow a little bit. Like he'll hit me. He'll come to practice every now and then. You hear Coach Jarvis, hey, keep your elbow up, man. Keep your elbow up. Man. Yeah. He'll drop it sometime. But thing about him is he's a competitor. And the kids, they love it. They love him. Literally, I think it was Monday at practice, one of our younger defense guy bumped into him, and you'd thought that somebody touched Trump or literally them refs came out like the CIA coming out. I love it. That service, they came to protect him. No, boy, don't touch our quarterback.
That's when you know that's the guy. I love it. I love it.
To protect them, and he's like I said, he's won that job. He actually made it to where the kid that was started off, who we knew was going to end up competing with him before those other kids came in, Devin, we actually moved him out to receiver because he's a good athlete and we want to have him on the field. Right. So he made it real easy, but definitely get a couple of snaps too because, Coach Kerry Hood going to have a packet for Devin Green because he's too explosive with the ball in his hand. Yeah,
and it speaks volumes for a young guy to play quarterback, not only for you, because you crazy, but Kerry Hood as well, who do all that damn yelling that he do. Boy, that ain't the play. Okay. Let's move.
You know it well. You know it well.
I know y'all too good, man. That's crazy, man. Let's talk the guys that got to protect the quarterback up front. You got a big old joke over there at left tackle. We'll get to him, but talk about your offensive line, coach.
Well, since you brought him up, I'll start with him. He's only like we actually at the time had 3 offensive linemen coming back at the end of the season, and Kyrie was one of them. We end up losing one of our kids, Tyreek Ritz. He ended up going to Monroe area. His mom moved like right at the end of the season. He ended the year staying with his grandmother, and his grandmother was like, your mom wanted to come back, coach. We can't keep him. I'm like, well, I understand that. That's mom. So he ended up moving out there. He's actually starting on defensive line for coach them out there in Monroe area. But we lost. But like I said, we had 2 coming back, and Kyrie Mapson was one of them. He's a sophomore, and the crazy thing about him is he played every game. I know he started 3 for us at left tackle. Big kid, athletic, like he could easily be a defensive lineman because he's probably the fastest lineman we have. Has those sophomore slumps sometimes. Let's just be honest with you. But he goes hard, and he's going to be a very good one. So he's another one of those kids that's kind of under the radar right now. But a lot of people kind of saying, "Coach, we want to see him play this year, see how he does," and he's gonna probably end up this year probably with about 5 or 6 offers minimum.
I test winner.
Oh yeah. He passed the eye test, and he's bigger now. Like he's literally probably every bit of 6'3.5", 6'4", about 2.
I saw that, man.
So he's going at eye test. He's gonna pass, and like it's no fat. So that's what make it even better. Like you don't see no fat on him. He's just a big muscular kid. Who plays beside him. We actually got and I say it's a 2-man rotation because we had a kid who started for us last year. Like he literally just got released by the doctor a week and a half ago, something with his heart, and we didn't even know he was going to be able to play, to be honest, and that kind of hurt us because, like I said, he would have been the only other starter that we had coming back, Derek Petway. But right now, because he's not really into football shape yet, him and young man David Lomax, they're both of them are seniors. They are splitting the time at left guard, and like David's like one of those big old wrestler who gets in there, and he just he ain't no pass protector now. Like Kerry Hood don't like him out there when we try and throw the ball, but he wasn't a run blocker. He get his hands on you, he gonna put you on your back.
He gonna drive you. He gonna
drive you on the ball now. And like Derek's just a good athlete. Like Derek could be a defensive lineman in college. He can run well, and he's very strong. Like we call him Latimer from the. Do you remember the old movie, The Program?
Yeah.
Eric could be at practice or in the weight room, man. That man be crazy. Man, I be moving out of the way. He scared me, and that says a lot. I move out his way. Like, he be driving folks out, and you hear him screaming. I need to move out his way. But Derek's good kid though. He really is. Starting center right now, another sophomore. That's a kid that we actually had at tackle, Kevo Seca. Keva's a great athlete, another basketball player. I love
the theme.
Yeah, so he great athlete though. Like, and literally, like when he goes from center to tackle, because we're gonna have to do that some because of who our starting right tackle is. The kid Daniel Darity, who actually started 2 ball games for us last year, comes in. Daniel and Gummy, you ever seen the movie The Clumps? They are Hercules. That's them 2 together. But the great thing about it is they're great kids, and they like how you laughing when I say that, they die laughing too. It's funny because they're great kids. Like Daniel deal was that we told him that he had to lose a few pounds. He's still a big kid now. I ain't gonna take nothing away from that now, but he's a big kid.
Right.
But he lost about 25 pounds, so he can play. Because I told him that if he didn't, the first thing I was looking for, to be honest, I'm just gonna tell you the truth, was I'm like, dude, I'm talking about 5-10 years from now, you're gonna have health problems.
From a health perspective, right?
So you're too big. Man. And so then I said the next thing is, you keep saying you want to play and you want to have the opportunity to play. You got beat out last year by somebody who weighed 160 pounds. And you want to play, you got to get in some shape and you need to lose weight. Like yesterday, the greatest thing that happened, you know how we end practice with 40s and 20s. And my defensive line coach at just like Terrence Thomas. So when he gets to Wilson, he'll say on go or on the Wilson, and he be making the kid jump outside. So he made the whole team go all the way back to 100 yards. Like literally, like I was like, dude, we ain't gonna never get out of practice. Don't see him niggas. I'm like, they already gonna be mad at me because like we actually got finished on time. Like, man, that man got these routes about to do them, and I'm like, oh Lord. So when they got to the 100, everybody ran the 100, and Big Daniel, who struggles running because he's a big kid,
right,
literally was running, and the kid was like, "Coach, Daniel don't got in shape." I said, "I see." And they rolled him. Like they literally like rolled. They like rolled him on the field after he got finished. Like it was like the greatest scene. They like want to remember the talking scene, to be honest.
Yeah.
But Daniel come in and play center for us, and when we do that, we bump Keble back out to tackle because that's truly his natural position. Then right guard, kid who started for us at nose tackle the first 4 games. I want to say first 3 or 4. Sean Davis, we moved him to guard. Sean didn't finish the season last year. Actually was a pretty good player, and we were talking about putting him in some on offensive line last year. But Sean hurt his neck. Like he had a bad case of whiplash, and you know I agreed with his granddad that it wasn't good for him to come back because he had issues like turning his neck, and I'm like, you know, it was that type of injury. I'm not messing with, I'm not messing with no neck or no brain. You know that, you know me. Like if somebody look like they not there, I get them out. I don't even take a chance. I'm like,
we will be okay. We will be okay.
I'm like, get him out. But Sean is a very good. Like him and the kid David Lomax are the same type kid. Sean probably a little bit better athlete than him though. Sean gets his hands on you, you're going for a ride.
He clamped down.
Yeah, so he gonna lock on to you. And then at right tackle, I'm just gonna be honest. We had a kid with the Fleming kid getting hurt on the defensive line. That kind of made us short at right tackle. So right now we actually doing right tackle by committee. The kid Cole Nash, who started at nose tackle for us, he's going to be at right tackle. You'll see Keble move out there to right tackle, and then you'll see the kid DeAndre, who plays D tackle for us. He'll move right there. But the other thing is, hopefully, by the time that we just got a kid who was in Texas who played for us 9th grade last year, Tierre Neal, who played center and tackle for us on the 9th grade team last year. He just got back. And he just finished his 5 days acclimations on Monday, I believe. So he actually practiced in pads yesterday. And he like coached him like, can we put him in? I'm like, I don't care if you put him in. So don't be surprised if he end up playing or starting at right tackle.
Let's talk running back, the guys back there that tote that mail. Listen, because I know you, because I know Hood, it's always y'all gonna find somebody to tote that mail. Talk about your running backs. Talk about your running backs.
Well, the good thing about it, like we had our starting running back came back, Lydell Daniel.
Okay.
Yeah, so he had about 750 yards last year. He split the time. We had the kid Nyron Duncan I told you about, who played linebacker and running back for us. Like Nyron rushed about 500-600 last year, and then Mike Wilson plays running back too. The guy who plays linebacker for us now. So Lydell's more of a scat back type kid, but he's not like a weak running back by any sense. He's very strong, real quick, and he's one of them guys. He breaks out and it's over with. You gonna plant that. He gonna go to the house on you.
I love it.
But the thing about that I love about him is he catches the ball so well at the backfield. So you got to worry about him. He's a true matchup nightmare for linebackers and strong safety because he can easily go out there receiving and do work at receiver. We got stuff, special stuff for him out the backfield because we know he can catch the football.
Right. That's big for your offense.
And then, like I said, but then we lost a kid. Oh, I hate that his mom took him back to Illinois. Jalen Dillard, great kid, another basketball kid, but she ended up taking him back to Illinois. But Mike Wilson now is going to be truly the backup at running back for us. He'll play running back. And then we also got a kid, Trayvon Shepard Johnson Jr., who plays running back. and Caleb Bridges. Caleb was a sophomore who played corner and receiver last year that we used to mess around with, almost like Lydell at running back in JV games and ninth grade games. And like Caleb, he can carry the rock too. So Caleb's going to play some running back as well because, like I said, him and Lydell are almost the same type kid.
Okay. And of course, we got to say the best position for last, everybody.
Them wide out, baby.
Wide out, baby. The only reason people come to the game.
Oh, man, please, because we ain't going to be dirty and we going to look sweet.
Yes, one thing about it.
We ain't getting dirty and we sure going to look sweet. Yeah, we got a good group of wide out, man. That's, I tell everybody, we're not as the physical specimen like we looked last year with Big Justin at 6'4", and then my nephew Caleb at about 6'2", but we got a great group of kids, and they one of them lunch pail kids. They come to work every day. I love, like, Kerry Hood and DJ McCahan, they give them the blues every day, so they ain't got no choice but to come to work.
Boy, no choice. Choice.
So we got like a starting Z. Right now is Malik Thompson. Malik is the kid that he's still living off his glory days of catching the winning touchdown in a little play-in game against Bama. But Malik starts at Z for us.
He's still right. Wide out, baby.
He's still living off that one down there. But Malik played corner for us and receiver for us last year, and he'll still do the same. Great kid. Like he's literally like him and Mike are the two strongest kids on the team, and of course you go pound for pound, Malik is the strongest. He was a wrestler. Like, he's another one. Never played football. He was a wrestler. I'm like, man, come on, I need you to play DB, and he ended up being our starting receiver because he can catch the football. But like, he's a great kid, works hard. Starting Y is DJ Leslie, Davion, but we call him DJ. DJ, I believe, started 3 games for us at Y last year when Justin got hurt in the Banneker game. But DJ, one of those kids that he's going to be somebody that eventually, once the confidence level goes back where it was when Justin got hurt and he was like catching the ball and call a couple of deep passes and stuff, that once that confidence level goes back up, I wouldn't want to be called a defense against him because he's a big kid. DJ's like 6'3", about 175, 180. Runs well, and he's just one of those, he's a great kid. Like I told his dad yesterday because they had called me because I forgot to give him his apparel. He was the only one that didn't give his stuff. And he was like, Coach, DJ doing well. I said, man, everything I tell DJ to do, he do it. I said, you ain't got to worry about him. I said, he doesn't do something wrong. Something don't happen. Like, somebody don't put a gun to his head, say don't do it. Like, look, he one of them kids to do exactly what he's told to do. And he's like a great kid.
Man, wide receivers, man, we're the best athletes on the field and most.
But we got Mike, Mike Wilson. But if he's not going on running back, he goes to Y as well because we use that tight end look with him. Then at A, I talked about the kid earlier, Devin Green. Devin plays quarterback as well, but Devin he's special now. I watched him in a JV game against Carver last year when we were losing 20-0, scored 3 touchdowns in literally like 3 minutes. He's special. Not real fast, more quick than fast, but he one of them kids to get the ball in the hand now. You're gonna have a hard time bringing them down.
You know how to make stuff happen.
Oh yeah, he makes stuff happen. And the crazy thing about him is he is a very, very good basketball player. Like everybody I named, including DJ, beside Malik, that even on offense, like pretty much everybody I name on offense play basketball.
They hoopers. That's why we're the best athletes on the field. DBs can't shoot, man. I'm sorry, Joker can't shoot, man. It's on. We backpedal. You can't remember no play. You're on the backpedaling 5 yards, man.
Yeah. I hope Pope watched it.
Me and Pope argued yesterday. We
grind a letter go protest your show.
Me and Pope argue every day, man. So it don't matter, man. All Pope them doing sitting in the flat. Never mind. One of the phases of the game that's very near and dear to you.
You let me talk about the biggest receiver we got.
Oh man, you better talk about him. Let's go.
We got an ex, man, another basketball player, Cam Knight, 6'4", about 190 pounds, and he looked the part. Like
they're right in the hood.
Oh yeah, he looks the part. Physical kid. We just got like I told him last year. We just got to keep you consistent. If he stayed consistent, Wake Forest is came in talking to him. A couple of other mid majors came in talking to him. So if he goes ahead and stay consistent this year, you'll probably see him on Division I field next year.
Johnny White just chimed in. He say, "Can he get a copy of the playbook?"
Tell him he know the playbook. All you got, tell him Travis. Him and Travis, all they know right now, all they got to do is call Terrence Bank. And Terrence Bank can't keep his mouth closed. Terrence gonna tell him everything we do. I'm talking about literally everything.
Hey man, y'all crazy, man. But like we were saying, the part of the game that's very near and dear to your heart, special teams. You love special teams.
Yes.
Talk about why you are so infatuated with that aspect of the game, Coach.
It's like I told. It's funny that on Monday, my speech at the end of practice was talking about that phase because our kids kind of on Monday when we were working on punt and punt return, they kind of like just going through the motions. I'm like, y'all, we can't do that. We're not that good to sit there. And I don't think that good to just go through the motions especially on special teams.
Boy.
And to me, like I said, when I first began coaching down at Cordell, I was blessed to be my second year to be my third year to be the special team coordinator. And I just watch it change games. And, I did punt return, kickoff return in college. And I know that it was momentum change. And I just remember Coach White saying, ahead of time, he didn't set no return up for me anyway, but he was like, we're going to block it. Because we know we can get it. We know we go get it. He's going to punt it bad, and you're going to catch it, and you're going to make a couple people miss, and we're going to have good field position.
If you ever got to that wall, boy, it's time.
But it's like, like I said, to me, that's huge in football because special teams are truly momentum change. When you're talking about a great punt or a great return, kickoff return, or great play on kickoff team, and then you talk about kicking a field goal, putting points on the board when you got a great kicker or something like that. To me, that helps average team become great teams. That third, and like I told him, it's the third phase now. It's that third phase, and then when you look at it, it's a punt team or punt return. That's about, if I remember right, I think I said it right on Monday. It's like 32% of the football game.
Yeah,
punts and return. So if you sit there and you don't focus on punts and punt returns, and then you don't focus on the other parts of special team, you kind of shooting yourself in the foot. I tell everybody about when we were fortunate enough to go to that state championship game in May. I was like, I hated that. The worst thing that happened to us was the kicker that we normally had was scared. Like he literally was scared. And Trent probably like, man, coach, y'all talking about but he was scared. So we had to put the big kid in, Big Keenan, and he wouldn't have been. Who
was scared?
Yeah. So, but he wouldn't have been, and we end up probably blowing opportunities because of missed extra point and then that missed field goal. And I don't want to ever lose a game based off special team.
Yeah.
And but that thing hurt us. And right now our kids are they like I say, besides Monday, they've been buying into it because we weren't able to do camp and do stuff that we normally do with special team practice, but we did it in the practices that we built then. And our kids they went hard because they know how I feel about it. Yeah. And then now I actually hired Kevin Ditz from South Atlanta, who was defensive line coach and special team coordinator over at South Atlanta. So now he's my D-line coach, and me and him kind of run the special team together. And he's like me. So he's passionate about it, and he gets after them. And then my defensive coaches are the same way. Like Coach Pace, who came from Temple, who took Coach Williams' spot, he's the same way. And I still got my offensive staff, and they know how I feel about it. So it's no slacking off. So when you come to our football practice and you see that special team part, our kids, they're working, and our coaches are working. Yeah. And you like them 10 minutes of special team time, they getting it in. They're getting it in. And if they're not getting in, it's probably somebody throwing hats and throwing footballs and all kinds of stuff around. So they know how I feel about it.
They getting the hand. They getting the hand.
Oh yeah, they getting that. They getting this.
Yeah, they
getting that.
Coach, I gotta close with this, Coach. I just want you to do me a favor. I want y'all to do me favor. You know, and I mean, you know, open up the game, man. Just go.
I hope Johnny not looking.
Oh, you know what it is, bro. Just, you know, hey man, hey, I love dialing it up. I love dialing it up, man.
Oh yeah. Hey, we got to do it every now and then.
Hey, that's a love affair right there, man. I get giddy.
Hey, Carrie Hood right now. I'll do that in a minute. Like, man, we got to. Like, dude, why not?
As Carrie Hood joined in, because Carrie Hood like to go.
Yeah, that's him. That is him. He love that now. I think Johnny will probably know that one there by heart. Now they might be like, oh, we know what that is.
Yeah, Carrie Hood. I doggone mocked you about 3 times in this interview, Carrie Hood. So you go back and watch it. You my guy. Love you to death, man. I just talk to you so much, Carrie Hood. So I know how to say, beat him up, ball. Beat him up, ball.
No speed. That's his other one. No
Hit
speed.
him in the wrong place.
But that's him. That is him to AT.
Hey, man. Proud of you. Appreciate you always, man. You know, I call you. You boom. Let's do it, man. Dude, I'm going to do this for you as well. In about 2 weeks, I'm just going to tag you. I ain't gonna announce. I'm just gonna tag you. I'm gonna start this series called Friday Night Lights. And what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna pick. I'm gonna close my eye. I'm gonna reach in this bucket I got of old tapes, and I'm gonna broadcast. I'm just gonna go live. Doug Harper. I'm gonna run the whole season.
Oh God.
Uninterrupted. I'm gonna set it up and I'm gonna walk away. And I'm just gonna let it run. I'm gonna let everybody see how we got demolished. But I'm still getting beat up about that. For like, man, y'all lost the Harper. Not only
that's what though. Wait, it's only 2 times that Doug lost the Harper. Was it? Oh, that was the only time.
That was the first time I lost Harper. Yeah, and it was a humbling experience, dog. I was so mad at you. I'm still mad at you quietly about that. So we partners and all, but quietly sometimes I trip you up when I'm around you.
Look here. Hey, I might have been. I probably me and Rodney Hood probably was the most loved folks by Bankhead Court people for about 5 months. Cause they were like, man, y'all don't want us so much money for them Boeing home boys.
Yeah, man. Listen, that was so crazy because I never forget going to. I always go to the Miss Winters down there by West Fulton.
Mm-hmm.
And I got looked at so sideways that Monday morning. Side looked at me like, really, dude? That's what we doing. We losing the Hall.
That wasn't the norm now. That wasn't the norm now. Like, because I remember that year before we lost 14-7 or 14 or whatever it was.
Yeah. It
was a good game.
Yeah, we thought we was out there. We had got them new white silk pants and we couldn't wear them. Thanks to y'all, we couldn't wear them white pants no more that season. Coach Brandon was like, "It's them damn pants. Put them pants away. We ain't see them pants no more."
Hey, this is something that me and Steve Bailey argued about in college, and then the discussion came up again. We talk about the class of 90 and the class of 91's football team, and then class of 92, because I think that was Steve to graduate.
Yeah.
So in Atlanta was the best football team, Mays High School, all 3 of those years.
Hell no. Hell no.
Because he swears up and down. I'm like, I don't know about that one else. Steve,
all they did was get about Dwayne Mills 60 times. Shit,
exactly. Because like Snow White, and he catch a bomb once in a blue moon.
Hey, they ran 36 wins. Listen, me and Simeon to this day still laugh about it, and I'm still trying to get Sim to go live so me and Sim can discuss this. Sim got to be the only quarterback in America to get a big time scholarship, averaging less than 5 attempts per game.
He was handing the ball off.
And I love Sim. Listen, Sim is my dude.
Oh man, Sim was the player now.
What? Listen, phenomenal athlete.
Oh yeah.
All they did was run 36 wham. That's all they did. Oh, listen. In between, listen, because we know Coach Mack, God bless you, Coach Mack used to referee the SIAC games.
I know.
So one year, me and Red always somehow get lined up on his side. He like, y'all Atlanta mofos, get y'all ass on side. I ain't gonna tell y'all nothing. Stop pointing at me.
Oh God, Coach Matt was mad at me because that my 10th grade year when I got out the Madden program, they tried to send me over to Maine and I wouldn't go. I was like, I ain't going over there. I was like, I'm staying at Harvard, man. My dad, we had to go to the board home and everything. They were like, you need to go back to your home school. I'm like, that ain't my home school. I don't know where I live. I ain't going to Maine.
Man, Stephen Bailey need to cut that out, man. Listen. Anytime you just giving the ball to one player 75% of the time, man, get out of here, man. Get out of here, Mays High School.
And they had Hackney in that argument too. I hope Hackney, because he swear them down, they were great too. I'm like, oh no, because I'm still gonna say that Brown High School with Roger Armstrong,
the proof in the pudding.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, they played for the state championship. How y'all not gonna, because they played in AA? How you gonna knock them?
And you talk about one-man band.
Oh yes,
one-man band, and they ran all the way to the state championship.
Exactly, and that roster was a ball play. I just, me and Rod played rec ball together for 2 years. I was like, man, he was doing that at rec ball.
Bro, Rod was a grown man.
Oh yeah,
you hear me? Rod was a grown man, and what was crazy about that, I remember when they was at Southwest, and Rod was bigger than Dwayne Mills at the time. A lot of people don't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Rod was bigger than Dwayne Mills, but Rod hit that growth spurt about the 5th grade.
Yeah, right.
And then he just stopped growing. And man, everybody else.
Boy. Hey, but they said, like when I told Steve, I said, if you talking about 90 now, the class of 90, I said, you not only you got to put, I said you can put Mays, you can put Doug. I said you can't put us because we were sorry that 90 class. But I was like, you gonna have to mess around and put Fulton in there now, because you got to remember that Fulton was loaded with Grover, Faber, and all them boys.
Listen, yeah. Folk don't want to get this team credit, but I saw it firsthand in 7-on-7. Archer.
Oh yeah.
Archer.
Man, so, you talking about all the people who I played rec ball with now. Bro, Tony them used to tote that rock over here.
Bro,
I was trying to get him to come to Harvard.
I
was the best recruiter trying to get him to come.
Our junior year, APS tried to do a 7-on-7.
Mm-hmm.
We had a little 7-on-7. We showed up out there with that dug high. We dug high. Y'all Archer. Boy, with 28 done so fast, but it was
Hey, them boys. Man, please. I'm like, I told Steve, I said, all right. And then the other part about it that nobody wants, because the year that our senior year, class 91, so that 90 football season. The two toughest teams we played, no knock on y'all heard, but the two toughest teams that we played in the district was Cream High School.
Who threw that thing all off the field.
Yes, 5 folks who went D1, 3 who played in the NFL. Then you talking about playing against Northside with Andre Dillard them.
Cool.
Man, please. And Mumbo Wing, like, Mumbo brother, so I can brag on him a little bit.
Listen,
man, no wrestle was. I never left a game hurting. Like I said, I'm a wide out, so I ain't going on the ground. So you hit me, I'm not going on the ground. Dude, I left the Northside game and had to take the SAT the next day. I still don't remember taking the SAT, like to this day. Like my mama said, how you took the test and you don't remember? I said, Mama, I don't remember anything about that test.
Bro,
like really was the worst in the world.
Mumbo was a dog. Listen, And this is what people don't understand about those times right there. Because we look at it now and we understand now today with all we've been through. We just didn't get the same, like the coaching that we're providing to the kids today. Our coaches just listen. We ran a wide open offense my junior year, and now we finna run the wing T for now as a senior. I was sitting there like, man, what is this? Now transferring.
Yeah.
What is this? It took us. So we lost. We lost to y'all. We beat Washington. Then we lost to Mays. After that week right there, we went and had a meeting with the coaching staff. We were like, hey, listen, bruh, this don't work. 25 inside, Ville folk. Now, that don't work. We got to throw this thing, man. Listen, no, Felix Bell, shout out to Felix Bell. Felix Bell, dog, this is when we took off. The Columbia game. John was hurt. We had like 3-4 people hurt. So we started like a 9th grade Steve Lindsay who weighed like 120 pounds. We were just in disarray. The score was 0-0 at halftime in Columbia. Felix Bell snatched my face, man. He said, "Come here." He walked me down the court. He said, "Hey, if you don't throw him the ball the next 7 plays, I'm quitting." We ended up winning 8-6, dog. Allen Williams got the interception. I scored the game with a touchdown. From that point on, Cole Hubbard say, "All right, y'all, we're gonna throw that thing around a little bit more." Yeah, you got Stanley Pritchett, Mel Johnson, me. What are we doing here? What are we doing? Everybody knows John gonna get the ball, and you giving John the ball on some handouts. You ain't even giving no sweep.
Oh yeah,
you running him on some powers, man. He can't do that.
No, that ain't what John was. Let him use that 100 speed out there and get out in space. That's who he was.
Oh, they didn't even have John returning kicks. John don't return kicks at the 9th grade.
He sure
John
did.
wasn't even returning kicks the first 4 weeks of the season.
Wow. Well, we weren't kicking it back there anyway. You know, I couldn't kick the ball past 20 yards. So it was gonna hit. Y'all had to move everybody up. Y'all had to move everybody up against us. Ain't no way to where we were kicking it back there. You know, I've been like, man, don't kick John the ball. I just watch that man do the Atlanta relay. Kick it over.
and Rodney Hood, I'm gonna go and admit this on footage, Rodney Hood. When you return that kickoff, Paul, that was my fault. I missed the damn tackle. I missed the tackle. But I shouldn't have been on kickoff team, no way. I was contained, man. I'm sitting back like, it ain't gonna get to me. Like, somebody gonna stop and wait a minute. Oh, Lord.
Hey, that might have been a funny thing. That might have been the longest kickoff return I ever seen in my life. It took forever.
That joker
took 20 minutes.
With all them damn wristbands and tape up his arm.
And I'd rather leave almost panned out it is. Hey, that was hilarious, man. I was like, man, you got to get up, dog. You got to celebrate that touchdown.
Hey, man. I might surprise y'all this weekend. Y'all might get that Harper Doug game this weekend.
Oh, Lord. Don't
Facebook Live. I ain't going to tell y'all when it's coming. I'm just going to do it. Hey, man. Appreciate you, my dog. Hey, man.
No problem.
Me and you will sit here and do this all day, man.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody over here. Oh, Stephen Bailey just chimed in. Stephen Bailey, you wrong about Mays High School, Stephen Bailey.
It ain't Mays, dog. It ain't Mays.
It ain't Mays, Stephen Bailey.
Hey,
what y'all want?
They could have called Atlanta running back you because the next thing here, Dunny Week, God bless his soul. Dunny Week, man, I've never hit somebody and they didn't go down. That wrestler didn't go down ever.
Bro, that little bit of joker there, man, dog, bro, worked us out every year.
Oh yes. He kept literally like we was on a high because we had beat Towel the week before. And we were like, man, we good. Man, Thera High was busting us in the mouth. I looked at coach and say, look here, quit running the ball, throw the ball to me and Rodney. Just let us win outside. We ended up winning like 22-12. I think Dunny Week had 160 yards. I was like, man, if he get out, and I was playing safety. Hey, if he get back here one more time, told me, I'm gonna fight all y'all when we get back. that Russell kept getting through. I'm like,
Hey,
dude,
man.
why am I making a tackle?
Done the week would hit that thing and could nobody get no clean shot on him, dog.
Not one.
No, nobody, dog. My junior year would have been his sophomore year.
Right.
Dog. And he didn't start. But when they put that joke in, we were up.
I think that when Kendall was starting.
Bruh.
Kendall was starting in front of him.
It was a 5:30 game. We were up. So Coach Brandon had kind of started slumming guys out. Done the week first carry went for about 60.
Yeah.
Everybody said, wait a minute, hold on. Who is that? Bro, he got that thing again. He went 40. 13 D.
We knew his name. Like literally, I remember when Coach Chandler was telling, he was like, "Hey man, y'all know Danny." We were like, "Yeah, we know Danny." I was like me and Rodney were like, "Yeah, y'all better thank him before they get to us." Cause I don't want to tackle him. Y'all handle that up front. You know, I'm back here looking pretty. Man, I love the third game. I think we had on like gold. I think we had on the white jersey with them gold pants. My gold pants with dirt. I was mad all jersey all grass all. I'm like, dude, come on now. Y'all got to make some time. Y'all ain't tackling that man. That man, I ain't never hit nobody like him, dog. Like that wrestler, I don't know how to hit him. He was just so low and strong. He was just a low wrestler. I'm like, dude, I don't never want to pay nobody like that ever again.
Oh my God. Hey man. Hey, look, y'all stop texting me, man. We finna get off. Man, folks texting me. We not asking no more questions, man.
We don't start talking about old school APA football. That's why. They know how it was back then. You had to bring your A game every week in APA. It was no, this so-and-so, we can take the week off. No, it wasn't. Well, you played Carl with Jimmy Jefferson now. Lonzo, I forgot Lonzo last name played running back. Man, we played Carl our 10th grade year when we went to the playoffs. Man, Carl gave us a 6-0. That was it.
Corey, guys everywhere. So and I tell people this all the time. And listen, it's the truth. I'm gonna tell y'all the God honest truth. Yeah, we got the pub because it was Doug and Mays. Because we were the big high school. I would tell people in heartbeat, dude, it's a dude over here. It's a dude over there. They just, they come over here to get the stories. But trust me, dog, like when we played y'all, dog, I'm sitting here telling them, man, look, Corey Jarvis can play football. Coach, what are you doing?
I tried to tell I forgot the boy I forgot the name who went to church with me. I tried to tell him, he was like, you don't be guarding you that week. I said, man, you must forgot I caught 35 passes last year as a junior.
Dude,
interception. You ain't been a guard me. You better put somebody else on.
No.
I see you move in church. You can't even pray, Dan.
Hey, it was 14 so quick. When you hit him with that post corner, listen, we went over there, Coach. If you don't put Lorenzo Varner out there right now, if you don't, listen, we know you mad at Zoe. We know you mad at Zoe. If you don't put Zoe on that corner,
you know he was chiming. I'm like, dude, it ain't over. You gonna get something. You gonna get it too, buddy. You gonna get it too. That's what's gonna happen.
So man, he ain't gonna run that post cone on me. He ain't gonna run that post cone on me.
I did. We had to run seals on Zoe. Y'all know me remember when Rodney called, we ran seals. I ran the post. Rodney came on. Zoe followed me because he thought he was gonna throw me the ball.
Hey, you caught about the first 7 passes. All Ricardo was doing catching and letting that thing go.
Oh yeah, that's all he was doing. Man, please. That Ross could throw it now. He time he probably didn't know where it was going, but he was gonna throw it though.
Meanwhile, I'm coming out 60 catches as a junior, and they out here throwing me hitches, and you jacking me up. Yeah, everybody. I talked about it earlier. I ain't gonna let Corey Jarvis tried to dump me on my head, y'all. He ain't gonna stand over me talking trash.
All I would tell you was get up.
That ain't what you said.
Like, get up, hurt. You be all right. Get up.
First of all, I'm sitting here like, why are we running this?
Oh God.
What are we doing? I don't run no hitches.
Like I said, man, that's good old school APF football, man. Hey, I love talking about them glory days, man. Those days right there. Hey,
I knew
I love football, man. Football made me who I am. That's why I say it, tell everybody. Them days.
tell people the same thing, Corey. I say, listen, football saved my life.
Mhm.
I wouldn't be doing all of the things I'm doing today if it wasn't for athletics, man. And that's why it's so important. And that's why we fighting for these kids during this time. They need this, man. We needed it.
Yeah.
We seriously needed it.
I told you, man, when I sat there, them 25-pound quarantine weight, man, I didn't know what to do with myself. You know, Zoom. Like now we on the live stream. I'm like, I don't get up. I'm just sitting there talking to the kids on Zoom.
Yeah. And you like, I mean, really, like, how long can we do this, y'all? I need some interaction. I need to be on the field. I need that whistle, all that stuff. Man, you got me in my feelings now, man. I'm finna go pull that film out, man.
Man, I definitely appreciate your time, man.
And I appreciate you, brother. This one here is gonna be one of those ones. Everybody gonna be laughing. By the end of the day, I'm gonna get crazy phone calls. And man, you and Corey Job is stupid. We're gonna do it again soon, my dog. We gonna do one. I'm working on one. We're gonna do an old APS reunion.
That's what we need to do.
We gonna do an old APS reunion. We gonna get about 5 to 7 guys, and we gonna tell some stories.
Yeah,
I'm working on that. Appreciate you, my dog. Have a good one, bro.
Hey, you too, man. Appreciate it.
We going, y'all. Peace.